Whenever I go away, I take the train or ferry, and this summer I travelled all the way to Croatia from London by train. Wow. If you're new here, I'm Sarah, and my last video showed my journey on the underwater train from London to Paris. And I've spent the last few days in Paris, and now I'm going to take you with me across Europe to the capital of Croatia, which includes a 16-hour sleeper train from Switzerland. So right now we're on our way to Gare de Lyon. We've just had a delicious breakfast at Aujourd'hui Demain, which means just today, tomorrow. So it's just past 12 now and our train leaves at 20 past 2. The train takes 4 hours to get to Zurich, so we'll arrive about 6:30. This is the fastest route you can take to Zurich from London. You leave London in the morning and get to Zurich early evening or later evening, depending on whether you want to spend any time in Paris. If you want to see the longer route that I took to Switzerland in January, I'll link to a video where I show that journey. For now though, we're going to make our way to the station. They let me use their toilet. On the first floor of Gare de Lyon station is the iconic Parisian restaurant Le Train Bleu. This is a luxury brasserie built in 1901 for the Universal Exhibition and has now been recognised as a historical monument. As you can imagine, it is quite pricey, so we just opted for a couple of iced teas while we waited for our train. In case you have more time though, here's a few things you could do in Paris which are relatively close to the station. Number one is visiting the Grand Mosque. This is the beautifully designed building with an amazing garden in the courtyard. It also has a cafe attached to it and it's just a 20-minute walk away from the station. Number two is Promenade Plantée, which is a garden walkway planted on an abandoned mid-century railway bridge. Number three is the Seine. A huge part of experiencing Paris is taking a walk along the Seine. You could even have a picnic beside it if the weather is nice, and again it's close enough to walk from the station. And finally, number four is a cafe called Le Crémeux, which has really tasty food and lies on one of the prettiest streets in Paris, and this is just 6 minutes away from Gare de Lyon. And if you didn't want to carry your luggage around, you could drop them off in the lockers at the station, which are located on the lower ground level underneath Hall 3. Just follow the signs for consigne. You'll need change to use them, and they have change machines if you don't have coins. Okay, back to Le Train Bleu. We're done with our drinks, so we're heading to Hall 1 to wait for our train. The train has 2 levels, and I'm very happy because our seats are on the upper level. And here we go. This is going to be our home for the next 4 hours. I really like this train. We're going to get some really good views, I think. All the seats in our carriage have a 4-seater configuration. They're very comfortable and spacious. They have plug outlets, bins, lights, and a blind which you can pull down if the sun's too bright. There's luggage storage above the seats, behind our seats, and when you just come into the carriage. This is the toilet, definitely one of the nicer ones I've seen on a train. Other than that, not much to say about it really. Now I'm just going to enjoy the views and I'll visit the train cafe in a bit. It's actually quite good, you know?
Is it?
Yeah.
Save yourself.
Yeah, I will. We just got back from the cafe and we met some really lovely people in there. These 3 people from India came up and introduced themselves. And you know, we were talking about getting the trains around Europe, and on trains you get these communal areas like the restaurant or bar car. It's so incredible that you're able to meet people while travelling at speed through the French countryside and have this backdrop of beautiful views while you're forming new connections with strangers. guys, so we've just arrived in Zurich. The train was on time, super comfortable journey. So now we're gonna get the tram to our cousin's house, start enjoying Switzerland. Tonight I'm getting the sleeper train from Zurich to Zagreb in Croatia. The train leaves at 8:40 p.m. and we arrive in Zagreb at 10 to 11 tomorrow morning. And the plan for Croatia is visiting quite a few different places. So tomorrow morning we're going to spend a few hours in Zagreb before we get an afternoon train to Split. Spend one night in Split and then spend the next morning there and then take a bus from Split to Dubrovnik. We're going to spend a couple of nights in Dubrovnik and then we're going to take a ferry from Dubrovnik to Miljet, which is an island just off the coast there. We're going to spend 2 nights in Miljet before getting another ferry from Miljet to Split and then make the same way back that we came. So in total it'll be a week. For now we're going to get the tram to Zurich station. We're at Zurich station now. Our train leaves in 20 minutes, so I think it should be ready to board soon. So we're in a 6-person couchette and there's 2 of us traveling, so we could be sharing with 4 strangers. I'm feeling pretty hopeful about it. My partner's got a little bit of trepidation. All of my other experiences with people have been really positive, so we'll see. Okay, I just stepped out because I didn't want to annoy the people we're sharing our room with. They're really, really lovely. A couple from Switzerland. It's just us, so there was going to be 2 other people, but the guy at the last minute, like just after we left, was like, oh, they're not on the train, so took away their blankets and stuff. So there's 4 of us in there. She's actually done this journey quite a few times and goes to Slovenia and is bringing her partner who's his first time on a sleeper train. I think I'll do a proper tour of the cabin in the morning because our bunkmates get off at 7 a.m. so I have a bit more freedom to like move around the cabin and stuff. We did have a little bit of trouble with the baggage. We were worried that our suitcases weren't going to fit under the beds or even overhead, but we just had to try it a couple of times and it was fine.
Lovely.
But yeah, it's going really well. I really like it. Like the beds are really comfortable and we've just made one of them into a seat so we can sit and watch the views. See you in the morning. We are in Slovenia right now, so we did actually wake up earlier because the couple that we were sharing the couchette with got out at like 7 a.m. in Slovenia. So we got up, saw the views, which were incredibly beautiful, of the mountains with like the mist on top of them, and then went back to sleep because we don't actually have to get off until 10 to 11. But we both slept really well. The beds are super comfortable. I think I woke up like twice, but I fell back to sleep really, really quickly. The only thing that was a bit disconcerting was that just before we went to bed, the guy came in and showed us how to lock the door from the inside. And he said that it's really important that even if someone goes to the loo in the night, someone else kind of has to watch over the door and lock the door, because he said it's quite a big problem when you're going through Austria that people can just get on the train and and steal stuff. So that was kind of worrying, but we didn't have any issue. So now I think I'm gonna go brush my teeth, get dressed, and then hopefully we can try and turn the beds back into seats. And then I'll do a tour of the couchette. So I'm gonna give a very quick cabin tour. So we're in a 6-person couchette. So there's 2 beds up here. There were 2 beds here and then 2 beds down there. So both sides can be turned into 3 seats. And so that's what we've done this morning. And we did it last night just before we went to bed as well. Each bed has a night light all on this side, on the side of the door. Each one has one of these net things to hold your stuff. So the ladder's here at the moment, but it usually is here. There's a little table here, bin here, there's temperature control, the main light, and the announcement volume control here all above the door. So there are mirrors in here, but you have to put the top bunk down, which is also where the headrests are, but that's not happened. There's storage above the door, so above the corridor and under the bed. I thought that we wouldn't be able to fit our bags in here last night, but in the end it was fine because you can lift. Someone more strong, someone stronger than me can lift, and then you put your bag in there, see? So there's another bedside table up here for the people at the top. There's hangers here for your coats. Oh yeah, and there's these sort of seat belts to keep you in your bed so you don't fall out. Safety hammers as well. But I think that's it. No, it's not. I forgot to show you the locking mechanism. So there's a twisting lock at the top, and then at the bottom you slide this metal thing to the left to lock it, and then this is me unlocking it and showing you how to slide the door open. These are the curtains. They kept flying open, so we used a safety pin to keep them shut. Okay, now we can enjoy these incredible views together. Train.
I just needed to prepare.
Look!
Oh, you're on the train!
I'm on a sleeper train! Looking up cafes in Zagreb.
You're a position thief.
So we're just at the border of Slovenia and Croatia, and we're stopped at a station just waiting for the border police to come on and check all of our passports. Oh, hopefully it shouldn't take that long, but we may be delayed, I'm not sure. So we're arriving in Zagreb just under an hour. It says that it's raining in Zagreb, and I don't have appropriate clothing for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.